to a new edition of France in Focus and to Parc Astérix, the ultimate French theme park, as based on the hugely popular comic book series The Adventures of Astérix, first published over 60 years ago and since translated in 111 languages and dialects. Now we're here today because, like the rest of France, this small village of indomitable Gauls is facing one of the side effects of the Covid-19 crisis, namely a massive drop in tourism. This just as authorities were hoping to pass the 100 million mark for foreign visitors for the first time in 2020, an objective that had seemed so close.
With 89.3 million foreign visitors, France held on to its spot in 2018 as the world's top tourist destination, ahead of Spain's 82.8 million and the US's 80.1 million. That year, tourism brought in 56.2 billion euros, or 7.4% of France's GDP. Nearly 40% of that revenue came from foreign visitors, but the number of them staying in hotels dropped by 1.1%. However, at the same time, national tourism increased significantly. The number of French people who booked holiday accommodation within the country jumped by 2.4% in 2019. Of the 37 million French holidaymakers last year, 3/4 of them chose to stay in France. And this year, even more are expected to do the same.
So with the French themselves set to make up the bulk of this year's tourists, it's all to play for sites like Parc Astérix, where 92% of visitors are nationals. But making social distancing fun requires some imagination.
L'objectif, c'est de créer des décors et des jolies photos avec une distance sociale. Donc on retrouve notre personnage qui est à gauche, le menhir au centre qui crée une distance d'1 mètre à 1,50 m, et de l'autre côté nos visiteurs qui peuvent prendre leurs jolies photos.
And then there's roller coaster screaming with a face mask.
C'est particulier, mais bon, c'est recommandé et obligatoire dans les attractions, alors on le fait.
Well, to tell us more about this new normal, I'm joined now by the park's Deputy Director General, Guy Vassel. Guy Vassel, hello.
Hello.
Thank you very much for having us here today. And now 2019 was a special year for Parc Astérix. It marked its 30th anniversary. It was also a record-breaking year before the crisis hit. Do you know how much you've lost to this pandemic so far?
Yes, around 40 million euros, about a third of our sales, so it's significant. Luckily, we've done particularly well over the Christmas period, and I'm pleased to say that visitors are back and bookings for the summer are good.
And have you had to lay off any personnel as a result of this crisis?
No, we haven't needed to resort to any layoffs, simply because we use seasonal workers, and we're even looking at recruiting more staff to be able to comply with social distancing measures and look after visitors.
Guy Vassel, thank you very much for having spoken to us.
My pleasure.
Now, as stated in the original comics, here at Parc Astérix, the year is 50 BC, which is perhaps fitting, because with the current restrictions on foreign travel and general preference for domestic trips, it seems the whole of France is looking to the past to adapt its style of holidaymaking.
À pied, à cheval, en voiture ou autrement, les moyens importent peu, l'essentiel est de partir.
Eager to get some time off over the summer and to move around the country, travellers of all kinds crossed paths in France in the 1950s.
Pardon, messieurs, dames. Messieurs, dames. Est-ce que vous partez en vacances avec
Toujours, depuis 35 ans, tous les ans, nous faisons du camping itinérant avec le tandem.
Ça va?
And this year could be similar, as many people cancelled trips abroad due to the Covid-19 restrictions. We asked some about their plans for the summer break.
On pose la voiture, on ne prend pas la voiture des vacances, on fait des déplacements en vélo.
Après le confinement, en fait, on a choisi d'acheter une voiture pour pouvoir être plus libre pour se déplacer.
Écoutez, déjà j'avais prévu des vacances sur un autre continent, donc ça c'est foutu. Donc on va partir en France, et puis c'est vrai que j'ai un fils de 10 ans, on va privilégier les transports individuels.
A very French summer indeed. For some, it's the perfect time to buy or hire a camper van as a way of travelling across France while maintaining social distancing.
La plus-value, c'est qu'on est complètement libre dedans. On côtoie personne. Les endroits où on se pose sont suffisamment aménagés pour avoir une distanciation qui soit respectable. C'est l'avenir, le camping-car. Voilà.
Demand at this rental agency has increased fourfold as the company experiences a new wave of customers.
Là, on est sur ce qu'on appelle des super primo camping-caristes. Ça veut dire qu'il y a un mois, ils n'avaient pas du tout l'idée de partir en camping-car. C'était le combo idéal pour la sortie du confinement, quoi. Sécurité, liberté. Il y a un produit qui répond sans problème, c'est le camping-car.
Confined, but still on the go. A way of getting around while avoiding crowded hotels and campsites. But whether it's behind the wheel of a camper van or pedalling on a bike, hundreds of thousands of French holidaymakers are expected to travel across their own country this summer.
En somme, vous pouvez partir en voiture, à cheval ou à pied. En tout cas, bonnes vacances.
Decided on an alternative means of transportation and accommodation. The million sesterces question becomes where to go. Hoping to be the answer and make up for lost business, France's 13 mainland regions have pulled out all the stops to attract new visitors. From massive advertising campaigns to gifting holiday money, here's more on France's vacation wars.
Je vous présente la Cappadoce française, comme j'ai décidé de la surnommer. C'est les orgues d'IE sur tête.
Bruno is a travel blogger, flaunting photos and films from his numerous trips on social media.
C'est quand même ouf de te dire qu'on a ça en France, non?
Since the end of lockdown, some 50 influencers like him have reached agreements with tourist officers around France.
Il y a une demande qui est plus forte de la part des offices de tourisme. Ça, c'est une certitude parce que ils n'ont pas pu communiquer pendant des mois. Moi, j'ai quasiment 1 million d'abonnés sur tous mes réseaux, donc c'est intéressant, j'imagine, pour les offices de tourisme.
Regions across the country are locking horns over the bounty of domestic holiday goers to win over this summer.
On a tous besoin de se retrouver, de respirer. On a tous besoin des Hautes-Alpes.
Des vacances actives, intensément audes, intensément libres.
In Paris, there are publicity campaigns all over the metro.
C'est une très belle image et ouais, ça donne forcément envie, ouais, effectivement. C'est un changement d'air, donc ça change de Paris.
Les plages, elles sont bleues, donc ça donne envie d'aller.
The mountainous Mercantour National Park is offering free chairlift rides, while 100,000 vouchers worth €100 each are being handed out in Charente, which usually gets a fifth of its income from tourism.
Il y a tellement de restaurants, de campings, de gîtes, de maisons d'hôtes qui ont besoin de retrouver à la fois leurs touristes, mais aussi un peu d'embellie, si je puis dire.
In the south, the region of Occitanie is gambling on tourists from nearby. It's selling 1 million regional train tickets for just €1 each to help families get out and support local businesses. On the other side of France, it's a tricky one for the Grand Est region, which was hit early and hard by Covid-19. Because of this, it's cashing in 60% fewer reservations than last year.
Il est compliqué de séduire pour le Grand Est, malheureusement, parce que les clients ont encore peur de revenir dans cette région qui a été une des plus infectées.
To try and save the tourist season, the region has invested €1 million in a vast publicity campaign, pasting cities around France with almost 1,000 posters.
And with that, we're leaving this edition. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to France 24.